What's good, kings and queens? Hope everyone's March is starting off right. This week's video is on a positive topic, the most wholesome moments in boxing.
He's on the attack and a big right there to Ali's jaw. And Ali coming back, but he looked hurt by that one. Well, he's got to keep the fight at long range if he's going to tame this boy, because he's a local schoolboy champion and he's undefeated.
Moments in the sport that just makes you want to smile.
Same things make us laugh, make us cry.
Real feel-good moments. With that being said, let's start the video. So this was in 1989, in which Duran had a great year beating Iran Barkley for the WBC middleweight title, in an absolutely exciting match to become 1989's Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. Rare home video of Roberto Duran not only attending one of my favorite artists I grew up listening to, Hector Lavoie, but also helping out with his performance in front of a crowd of a couple thousand. This was sometime, I assume, around 2013 or 2014, backstage at one of the MGM Grand studio room that is usually designated as a fight week office. How I know? I worked in that room one fight week. Anyways, Floyd Sr. and Oscar had a go at it with the mitt work, and after all those years, Oscar still remembered the combinations Mayweather Sr. made him do.
But reacclimation takes time, and Senior has little patience.
Again, you just did it the same way we do it, Oscar.
This was Hamed's biggest fight of his career against Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera, besides having an extravagant ring entrance. Before Buffer announced him fully, he wanted to honor his family's heritage. To really think about it, besides Muhammad Ali, Hamed was the only Muslim world champion. And I'm not too sure, but I think he's also the first Middle Eastern champion as well. When Hamed was a guest on Jay Leno's show, the only name that Hamed could credit from the Middle East was Syrian great Mustafa Hamcho.
I can't think of any other fighters recently from the Middle East, or even from the Arab world, really. Are there many?
There's a guy called Mustafa Hamcho that did really well.
Yeah.
He lives in the States. Did really well. He boxed Hagler and all of them.
Very talented middleweight that unfortunately could not win a world title because the man he had to face for it was no other than the great Marvin Hagler. Hamed had a meeting backstage with Michael the day before the fight to get things squared away. As a true professional, Buffer took down notes and optimized Hamed's wishes. Hamed, greatly appreciative, thanked Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has honored his father and his family's heritage. Bingo.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay?
I knew there's only you could help me with this because it means more to me than the fight. Now I can just get on and just do my business like I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna stretch this
Go
guy.
lay off the donuts and weigh in good tomorrow.
When Hozumi Hasegawa first won the world title, which was considered an upset against Thai great Virapol Sahapram, he carried his son in the ring. Fast forward 11 years later, when Hasegawa pulled off a dramatic upset win against WBC Super Bantamweight champion Hugo Ruiz to become a three-time, three-division champion, his son came out to the ring and picked him up in celebration. This will be Hasegawa's last fight, and he will retire as champion. Eder Jofre is the greatest Brazilian fighter to ever lace them up and one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. He is a former undisputed champion and also became champ at featherweight later in his career to retire 72-2 with 50 knockouts. This was shot in 2012 and Jofre was 76 years old in this video. He was given a heavy bag demonstration to a boxing class, and it's absolutely amazing to see how this legend is so nimble at this age. I think we all sometimes wonder how we will physically be when we get older, and it's definitely videos like these that give the younger generations hope. If you take care of yourself, age is nothing but a number. Whenever someone asks me about this matchup, who's going to win, I just remain neutral. I like both guys, very exciting to watch. I already knew it was going to be an exciting fight, but I just hoped both guys made it out safe. Fast forward to the climax of the fight. I got a bit scared there. Berchelt was on the ground for a while. I'm glad he was alright. When Berchelt was safely brought up and regained his consciousness, Valdez, the great sportsman he is, went over, hugged him, and thanked him for the opportunity to be in the ring with him.
Vamos a vernos después, seguro. Cuando gustes. Seguro, hermano. Felicidades, Felicidades.
The pre-fight build-up was back and forth, both guys going at it. Farmer made a serious claim that he will beat Carrol, then take him out to Philly for a Philly cheesesteak. Well, he did beat Carrol, and he owned up to his word. Took him out to Philly for the day, where the two both enjoyed a nice Philly cheesesteak and became new friends.
You go through trouble and y'all fight, and then you make up. And then
that's what boxing's all about, gentleman sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember saying to myself, can you believe this is where it's come to, how it's like come full circle like this? Here they are, not knowing each other, fighting, getting in this trilogy, to walking us in the ring, being part of the team, and ending it as the head trainer. I mean, it's something a movie should be made of, you know? Really great stuff.
After Gatti's heartbreaking defeat against lineal welterweight champion Carlos Baldomir, Gatti wanted his best friend and former rival Mickey Ward to train him for his upcoming fight. The story that led to both guys uniting as a team was quite wholesome.
Yo, mate, what are you doing? You want to come to training camp? He was saying, what do you mean? He goes, you want to train me? And after a while, it's like, he's not answering back. I'm like, what, you don't want to do it? You don't like it? But I'm sure afterwards, when he hung up, it was like, yo, I'm gonna try to throw a guy.
HBO 24/7 is filled with a lot of wholesome gems. This definitely one of them. Episode to episode and season to season, you gradually saw by the end of the series, where All Access later took over, a father and son gradually repairing their relationship.
While the fighter's father and his mother Deborah have been separated since he was an infant, tonight they dance together. And Floyd Sr. rejoices in the peace he's found with his son.
One of the final interviews of the great Emanuel Steward, shot in June 2012 by Ringtone Boxing. Steward tells various stories about when he first met Tyson Fury and how much fun he had with him.
And so the next day, I carried him to an old place with old black people. The guy that asked me, I used to go there often to hear him. They'd be singing that old Motown, and Tyson goes with me. And no more than 10 minutes, he takes the microphone up there. And he's up there doing the temptation walking there. The whole place going crazy up there. And he's singing and stuff. And all of the people love him. And everybody goes back, when is Tyson coming back?
Tyson came in contact with Steward for training. And they were in plans of setting things up. As spontaneous Tyson is, without even telling Steward, he bought a plane ticket immediately, flew out the next day to Detroit to surprise Steward.
And to go through Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. And at the airport, everybody told me, yo, Mr. Stewart, Tyson Fury was here 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but he was oh my God, he doesn't have it. Yeah, everywhere he's been, yeah, he leaves a mark. Nobody forget it. I've never saw an engaging personality bigger than his ever. And I would say that. And including Ali, he was about the closest on the level of Ali coming up. A very charismatic man.
A lot of fighters idolize Muhammad Ali when coming up, and one of the worst things is possibly fighting your idol. In this case, Holmes was pretty much forced to put unnecessary punishment on Ali because the referee was not doing his job.
I didn't say this for years and years and years, but now I can say it. I didn't want to hurt Ali. I didn't want to bang him out. I hit him hard at times. I hit him hard enough to win the fight, and that's what I did.
Ali did not want the corner to stop the fight, but there is a point where the ref needs to step in and protect the fighter, and that didn't happen. That devastated Holmes, who was quite emotional in the post-fight press conference.
This man who helped me groom, this man helped me in his camp, gave me the opportunity to learn and to be with him, to see what a champion is really all about. More important than all of being a champion, giving me a chance to see what a great human being he really is. And I love the man and don't care what nobody say about it.
Ali, who is always classy, always a great personality, was able to cheer up Holmes.
And I respect him one hell of a lot.
Why'd you whoop me like that?
Well, I had to whoop you because it was you and me.
And on top of that, this is boxing's most wholesome moments. For another installation, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Subscribe to my Patreon for Patreon-backed projects and early access. This month's video is a two-part tale on Oscar De La Hoya versus Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao versus Ricky Hatton. I'm Alpha Sancho, and I'm out.